UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres says famine is now imminent in northern Gaza. His comments come on the heels of a report from the Integrated Food Security Classification System that found the crisis in Gaza represents the highest number of people facing catastrophic hunger ever recorded. Guterres called the situation an entirely man-made disaster that must be halted. A shipment of aid arrived on Gaza's shore last week, but how and when it will be distributed is unclear. We've got more national headlines. We send it over to Alan Miller.
Well, Monica, Russian President Vladimir Putin has extended his leadership in a landslide election. Putin's nearly quarter-century rule will continue with a fifth term that grants him 6 more years in power. Putin has declared his determination to advance deeper into Ukraine and address new threats against the West. With nearly all the precincts counted, election workers say Putin had secured a record number of votes. Former President Trump is having trouble securing a $464 million appeal bond in the fraud judgment against him and his sons. His attorneys told the New York Appeals Court that getting the bond is a practical impossibility. The Trump legal team says they have reached out to 30 underwriters to back the bond. He's asking the court to delay posting bond until the appeal of the ruling is over. The bond is due at the end of the month. North Korea fired missiles into the sea today as Secretary of State Antony Blinken visited Seoul for a conference on advancing democracy. South Korea's military says multiple short-range missiles were fired from an area near the North's capital. The State Department condemned the missile launches and said the U.S. commitment to South Korea and Japan is ironclad. It called on North Korea to engage in diplomacy and dialogue. And one of the stories we're working on for First News at 6, the latest on riverfront development plans in Bismarck and some of the concerns people have with those plans. Back to you, Monica.